Good evening, Sean.
Good evening, Dave.
How was your weekend?
My weekend feels like a long time ago. I was on a residential trip with a bunch of loads of students at computer science, which started on Sunday. So I am messed up. It feels like Wednesday for me.
It feels like Wednesday. Nice.
Yeah, but it was good. It was good. It was both my weekend and both spending time with some students and my colleagues. It was good.
Good. So you spent some time with young, impressionable minds. Is that fair to say?
That is fair to say. Is this an attempt at a segue?
It's a very ham-fisted attempt at a segue. Yes, it is. Because tonight, Sean, we are going to start our own cult. I believe that's what we're going to do. So I'm bringing to the table something very different. I think it's fair to say from what we've been playing recently. But the way I've kind of envisaged this fitting into what we're doing is if Kerbal and Factorio and other games like that are about us building things scientifically, building things with numbers, thinking of simulations like intelligent design, a bit like 80 Days. This is building things with words, I think.
Yes.
I think. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know this game that well. This is Cultist Simulator for anyone who doesn't know, from Weather Factory Games, who you may or may not know as some of the people behind Fail Better Games.
Fail Better? No, I'm. What have they done? Do you know something? Anything?
I didn't do that much research, so apologies for that.
I'll do a quick search. Would it Fail Better Games?
Fail Better Games. Yeah, you might know some of their stuff. But it's so for those of you who don't know, Cultist Simulator is a card-based simulation game where you uncover the mysteries of the cosmos in a very Lovecraftian kind of mode.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump right in. I will admit, I haven't had a lot of time playing this game. I also have a pretty grim cold, so apologies for that. If you spent your weekend with student Sean, I spent my weekend pretty much solidly in bed, trying to get over.
Like this is
we're always ill.
People must think we're just constantly ill. The summer's coming. We're going to not be ill in the summer. The summer is not coming. It's snowing.
We've got a little while till that actually happens. But and then you get a summer cold, right? That's how that works.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start a game. I have played a little bit of this before, as I said, but what's really nice about this particular game, I think, for streamers, is that the pause button is very kind of integral to, I think, how the game is supposed to work. So if we want to talk about something development related or otherwise, we can just kind of do that. You can just say, Dave, can you pause this, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start.
Cool.
So I don't think there's like no cutscene or anything. There's no starting scene. So I'm going to start out reading stuff, but if my voice doesn't last, you're just going to have to read along with me.
Yeah.
So we are alone in this chilly city with my useless education and my dreams. What now? Okay. Interesting. My useless education. That's how do we feel about that from a start?
Is that too real?
It might be. It might be a bit too close to the bone. So I get to name. We are an aspirant, which is, I believe. I'm just going to pause this. I believe the aspirant is a kind of another word for beginner, a bit more arcane sounding word. You're aspiring to something, right? So aspirant. It's nothing to do with aspirin, but we are the pill bug aspirant, I guess. Okay.
So this is a pill bug cult. Dave did ask that if that's what we're going to...
Yeah. I'm definitely starting a pill bug cult.
Awesome.
which is going to take over the world one indie game at a time, right? That's like
that's
like the plan. Can you just check for me that we're live on YouTube? I can see that we're live on Twitch and on Periscope, but I'd love to be able to make sure that we're on YouTube. And I'll I'll walk us through what we've got here. So this is, I think, essentially the entire game. You're on a game board. It looks a bit like a a mock-up of a board game table, and there are cards on it. So you click on this. There's menial employment. So we apparently have a position as a hospital porter. It's miserable, but it's all we can find. And it has this symbol here, which relates to this button here. So you start to see how the interface is working.
Yep. Okay.
So we can earn a living or practice the invisible arts. I don't think that's a comment on the arts in general. I think that's more about arcane things. So everything's drop and draggable. So I'm assuming I can kind of just organize my player however I want, and I drop this here, and it gives me a little bit of info here. Another shift. Delivering post to hollow-eyed invalids trundling corpse-laden gurneys to the basement. Great, let's do that. So
this is so we are that card. Is that what we're saying here?
No, this is something that we have done or are doing. So what this does, because I'm on pause, it hasn't started, but this gives us 10 seconds of game time that represents us doing our job, basically. So if I put it onto normal, you can start to see the timer going down from 10 to 0. So far so good, so far so basic. So halfway through your shift, the head porter beckons you aside. We won't require your services any longer, he says. Here, your last payment. We paid you through to the end of the month. I have lost my job. At least now I have a little time to rest and my health improves. Okay, so our health is improving. That's probably a good thing, right? Is that a good thing? So we collect these and we get a card for health and a card for funds. And that's ticking down, so I'm going to pause that.
Okay.
So that's work, but we've lost our job. So I don't have a job card to put into my work area now, but I do have 2 new buttons. I've got.
So you spent the job card.
I did, yes.
And that job card, did that say about being the hospital shift before you put it in the thing?
Yeah, it did. It said you are a hospital porter.
Yeah.
Okay. So when the cards are on your mat like this, you can click on them, and in the top right corner here, it will say, sometimes slightly cryptically, that I haven't quite worked out what all these things mean, and sometimes fairly straightforwardly. This is my body, there are other bodies, but this one is mine, and my mind needs it as a fungus needs soil. So and then there are these like symbols down here which are aspects,
right?
So I'm assuming maybe these will become either other parts of the game, or there'll be like a subtype or something like that. Like I played quite a few card games in my time, and you'll get like a creature and they'll say subtype werewolf, and something like that or whatever. So I don't know what these do yet. I don't know if they're going to be important, but I imagine keeping track of them at some time will be relevant. But I've got some new buttons now that I don't have a job. So I can, and again, this is all movable. So I can recall my dreams. It began when I spoke to the old man in the hospital. He knew my name, but he's dead now. The pneumonia. Why do I dream of him still? What is the cobalt light in my dreams? So time is now passing. I don't know what that necessarily means, but I've got cards here that I can collect, and then they're now on my game board. So that's nice. So it's already starting to kind of expand a little bit. And again, I'm doing all this paused because I have no idea how important it is that this timer's running down. This is the time passes timer. I'm assuming I probably want to just keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
So what have we got? We've got contentment. I'm happy, I think. So contentment defends against dread. But contentment doesn't last. Okay. I think we can all agree with that. Okay, still got the health and funds card, and I've got a passion card. Dull minds are neither intuitive or mathematical, it says. So with enough glimmering, you can study to gain more passion. I have no idea what that means, but we'll see how it comes.
Just so you're aware, your cursor isn't being captured, so indicate where on the screen you are.
All right, good point. Good point. Top right, top left, etc.
Cool.
I'll do that. Yeah, good point. Good point. Okay, so I can put something in this dream. So I could maybe put my passion in there, but can I put my?
So you're kind of saying like I'm dreaming of funds. Well, let's have a think. What this is Pillbug, right? What are we dreaming of? Like
money.
At the moment, we're dreaming of health. We're both ill. Like come on.
That's true. Okay. Let's pop health in dreams. With luck, I'll wake refreshed. Sometimes this will provide contentment. Often it will do nothing. Occasionally it will create dread or fascination. So because I put health in here, it's changed this to an early night. So if I put funds in there, purchase.
Oh, so you don't have to start it. You can see what.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Okay.
In times of a special crisis, I might visit a discreet pharmacist to purchase a tincture of opium.
Yeah.
To make my dreams sweet. Okay. But only in times of a special crisis. It's an expensive and risky way to gain contentment. Okay. Passion is moonlit road. I know this dream, a road crested the hilltop and the air is silver bright, but it doesn't have much else going on there. So, but I can't put anything else anywhere else.
No.
At least I don't think I can put.
Can you work? So you can't. You have to. Can you put?
So I put passion into work, and it says I used to paint. I could paint those sights I half remember from my dreams. I might sell some. Okay, what if we work at funds? Can't put that there.
No. So this is. So I think we have to put passion in there, right?
Okay. So we could do some brack baking work for meager pay.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like something I would do.
No, I don't think so.
Passion.
Yeah, let's put the passion in there. What's the contempt? Why have you put contentment in there? Can you not put contentment in there?
No, contentment and work don't mix.
Yeah.
So you need to have one of these aspects: ability, or job, or benefactor, or right, or desire. Okay, so you're starting to see that some of these aspects have some relevance to this. And maybe tracking that will be important. Okay, so I'm going to start this with it's 60 seconds. That's quite long. So I'm going to start time, which is in the bottom right hand side of the game board. So I don't think I'm assuming I can't work and dream at the same time.
Because it's saying, is it not? It's letting you.
Yeah, I wonder if it will start the timer at a later date.
Yeah, let's give it a try. Let's dream of health, like we said.
So taking an early night after. Oh no! Apparently, I can do that whilst. I can move these buttons too. I can do that whilst painting. We'll have an early night, and then we'll paint some stuff.
Okay. This is not what I was expecting it to be.
No. So it's weird, isn't it? Because it's a narrative game, but it's not like a point-and-click adventure or anything like that. It's in some ways it's just watching time. Oh, there's my contentment gone.
So you've lost your content? Was contentment giving you a bonus of some kind?
I don't know. I think it was. I don't know. But it was definitely on a timer. That's why it burned up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I finished a painting to the excitement of absolutely no one but me. Okay.
Yep.
So my passion is exhausted.
This is a bit too much real.
It's a simulation. Sure, this is how this works. Okay, so and then there's a glimmering. My emotions run higher than usual. There are things that
Yeah.
I'll never understand. But now I'm closer to them. So, okay. So we're still having an early night. I'm assuming that's going to help. Okay. So this has changed from because it was just like time passing. Now it has a bequest arrives. Do you know what a bequest is, Sean?
No.
It's when somebody leaves you money when they die.
Okay. Right.
So, but not something you're necessarily related to. So, a letter from a solicitor. The old man at the hospital, the one I dream of, has named me in his will. I'll hear more soon. Okay, so that's running. So let's click time going. We've got an early night going, and we've got.
So yeah, I mean, like, I guess, what do these timers represent? Is this how long you're doing? Like,
some of them,
like...
some of them are like. You doing stuff. So like here is us working, right? So
yeah.
I can't put that in, but if I put a card in there, that's.
Can you put funds in there?
No.
But and so so the passion is exhausted. We can't use passion because and there's a cooldowner on that.
Yeah.
Now.
So that was quite long to begin with. So
yeah.
So that this is now the bequest arrives. So when that timer goes down.
You're gonna get something from there.
I get something now. So the old man has bequeathed me a sum of money and a packet of peculiar papers, poetry, riddles, metaphysical speculations. For the first time in months, here is some fuel for my reason. Interesting. Study is unlocked. So we collect all the cards here. So we got a bequest and reason card.
And then we have study. So
we now have this has changed to study. So unlock books and other treasures. So
so this is actually kind of a tutorial, right? Because now you've got to study that bequest.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, I'm assuming there's no maybe when you unlock more of the game, there's an ability to skip to certain points in the game when you restart the game. But I restarted what I'd done over the weekend, and I haven't seen that the case. So I don't know if every game starts out this way. And there are more efficient openings that we haven't seen or anything. Yeah. But our funds have gone up, obviously, because this old geezer gave us some money, which was nice. Yeah. And then, so I can put the bequest into the study. And then it's given me an extra option here, which is approach.
Right, okay. Approach?
So how do you approach your study?
So you can't we could just pay someone to do it. Is that like what we would say there? Like we could put money in there?
No, you are not allowed to cheat.
Okay, right.
No plagiarism for you, Sean.
Yeah, reason or so it's got to be a reason or passion. But our passion's exhausted, so we have a choice.
We can't do that. No.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
But I think reason is we study with reason.
Looks like we do. I'll examine each item with meticulous care. Let's give that. So that started running. That's 30 seconds. We're still dreaming, but we didn't get anything, I don't think, from that when we dreamt about when we had an early night, right? That was when we used the dream card for health. That didn't do anything. So I wonder if this is gonna come from this, whether or not these are rewards.
Yeah.
I think
what are these? What are you?
Sorry, yeah. So I'm clicking on. It's kind of the top tier on the bottom right of this.
Okay.
And it comes up in the top right hand side, the top right corner. So that's reason. Oh no, that must be what we've put in. That's what we've put in because we put in reason and a bequest. All right. Okay. So let's start time going again, and see what happens when we finish studying. Although this one's going to finish first. Okay. So, in the display cases of the Impossible Museum, I always see an apple white as snow and hard as marble. A golden beetle, that's got to be a good sign, right? Golden beetle.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, it did. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
It was nice hearing that penny drop. There. So a golden beetle in a stern box. A koi geometry awaiting my touch. Interesting. A black envelope bursting with spring. A brass opera box for instruments of record and measure. A storm in a tin. I always wake before I see the aisle's end. So this is just weird stuff in a museum that you're dreaming about. So we're gonna.
All right. So we finished our dream. Was that in the early?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, we dreamt of health.
Yeah.
And then we got a glimmering card.
Yes, we did. We did. Yeah.
But the glimmering card is that the eye closed. Does that mean it's still not?
I have no idea. Yeah.
It's definitely got another 138 seconds.
It's definitely got a timer, but I don't know where we put that yet.
Okay.
So, because I don't think we've had a situation where we can put glimmerings yet. So,
or is that yeah, okay, right.
So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. There might
there
might be some. So I can.
Is there? Do we need to put anything in Dream?
I don't know. So
Should we be using cards up like that? Like
I don't know. Like so. I mean, if you're looking at this from a board game perspective, it's an opportunity to take an action, right? That may result in more cards. So my concern would be not doing it if it was going to result in extra benefits. But at this point, we don't know that's the case. So I can't put glimmerings in there. I can dream of funds.
We've got like 10 fun cards, so like that seemed like a good.
The early night, I don't think did too much, so we could try that.
So so this is right. Like
the way
seeing what's happening here is you're putting a card into one of these, like I don't know, like tableaus. What would you call it? It's basically it's like a worker placement game almost, right?
Yeah.
This is I'm putting it on the thing with where I'm like. I'm putting my piece on there.
Yeah.
And then it's modified based on what you're using.
Yes, and that card is then used for that kind of round, which in this case is real time seconds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we're still examining this stuff, and we also have this time passes for a new. Time sundown. I must have funds to live, or I will become ill. So I think this little there's a little magnet symbol.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess is when that passes, it's going to suck up one of my funds.
So this is like this is the Agricola thing, right?
Yeah.
Of like I got to feed my family every season.
60 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's crack on. I'm not going to put anything in the dream just yet because I think my funds are quite valuable, and the dream card, the dream place. Says only in times of a special crisis to do that. Basically, I think that gives you a bit of a warning. Okay, our passion has recovered, and
so Dave's off saying like a task has slots, and then the slots have some way to filter which cards fit in there.
There we go.
So does it show you that when you look at a task, it tells you what kind of cards you can put in?
It doesn't appear to. When you try and put something in that's wrong, it will tell you.
Yeah.
It must have one of these aspects.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
So right, we've.
If you hover over the slot, it should highlight compatible cards.
Okay.
Oh, highlight on the board. Is that right? Like, is that doing?
I'm not seeing it.
If you like left click on it and then hover over the actual empty slot. Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Okay, so we what?
Oh,
that's looks like it. Slot something like work, and there was like a weird tingling.
There was a weird tingling. Did you feel that all the way over there?
Yeah, I felt the cards that were like there. You can see it there. Obviously, it's a bit like
but I think they just do. They animate every now and again, like those eyes open a little bit, and I don't think it's got anything to do with that. But we will continue because I have examined my bequest, employing reason. My correspondent describes my dreams exactly. So we were obviously having a chat with someone. They use names that are instantly familiar: the house, the woods, the hours, the glory. They knew secrets beneath time and the skin of the world. A new curiosity burns in me. There's a note here: directions to a bookshop that does not advertise its wares. Ooh. So we got a ton of new cards from that.
Right, okay. From here, it looks like direction to McDonald's on that one at the bottom.
Nice. Yes, that's directions to Moorlands, which I think is the rare bookseller.
Okay. So is this like is there like a story that we're going through?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, we started off as a hospital porter who didn't seem to like his job. We got fired. But then, weirdly, the guy who fired us left us money in his will, so that's a bit suspicious, slash very nice. And now, as well as money, he left us a ton of weird books. So
okay.
Well,
the reason just popped, right?
Are you sure it's not just like? Again, I think they will animate from time to time.
Yeah, but it's open. The eye hasn't. Oh, it's now open though, and now it's blinking rather than it was closed.
Yeah, I think.
I feel like. Am I just like?
I think you're reading into something there, perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Right. So we've got more opportunity to study. Again, work is free, but I don't know what we necessarily put in it. This thing's sucking up expenses. So. I guess we could either... Can we study the directions to the shop? Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go to...
Yeah, go to the shop. And then there's someone here. There's notes on a possible collaborator.
Okay.
You like...
And we can't...
You like collaboration, don't you, Sean?
Yeah. So can we dream of collaboration?
Can we dream of it? Let's have a look. No, I'm guessing it's another study thing. Can we work on it?
Yeah.
Nope. It's a study.
No.
So then we've got temptation, enlightenment.
So it's no. If you click on something, it's telling you where you can use it, right in the top right hand corner. Is that?
Yeah. Oh.
Are those two icons in the bottom right? No.
They are, but they are aspects. So they're like desire, right? Like so. I remember desire is a card we can put in dreams.
Right. Okay. So. Oh, so okay. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe if you know the game a bit better, it's like, well, obviously you can put this there and that there. But at the moment, I'm kind of going by, this is a temptation where people do dream of things.
Yeah.
As a temptation. So I can start that, and that can go alongside our study. So what's interesting is you kind of have to accept that you've got those kinds of things going on at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And now you can put another card in that?
So we can...
No, in like your...
Yeah, yes. Should I dedicate myself to my purpose or focus? Yeah, reflection. Passion. Passion can go in.
Okay, so...
My goal is power.
Perhaps power is more... Ooh, yes!
You like that one?
Well, I feel like if this is to do with cults, let's go with the power thing, right?
The power, right? So, if I put...
Or are we doing the pill, like canonical, like what Pillbug would do?
What would Pillbug do?
What are the picks?
So, reason can't go in there.
Yeah.
So we can also dedicate ourselves to the pursuit of knowledge by using this Watchman's Secret card. A secret. So
I'm
power or knowledge? I mean, knowledge is power, is it not?
Oh, was there? Yeah, okay, there we go, done. So, like, knowledge by default.
Knowledge. What would Peelbug do? That's a good question. We can also put something else in work. And again, I wonder if this is kind of like a board game where you want to be as action efficient as possible.
Yeah, so, like, I suppose what we don't know is in 38 seconds how many funds we're going to be spending. Do you say we can't work on reason?
No. Oh, yes, you can. Find clerical work.
Clerical work sounds...
Yeah, spare my body if not my mind.
clerical. Actually, that sounds pretty. I don't know, like. Yeah, let's go for it. Like
happy with that. Yeah, it's better than backbreaking labor.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got all our timers going now.
So are you spending? Is what they're saying here is like I am spending my. What did we just put in there?
Reason, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I'm spending my reason on work, so I haven't got enough reason to then spend on my
other stuff. Yeah.
Other stuff. Like I'm, and that's like the idea of you put the health card in there, and I'm spending my health on work, which means I haven't got health to do
with other stuff.
Things.
Yeah, I'm assuming like it's more that way inclined than like there hasn't been any minimum thresholds. Like you can be out of health.
Yeah.
But whether or not like that becomes a really bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Glover and Glover have offered me a junior position. I start at 8 sharp tomorrow morning.
Yeah. If it's easy for you to do so, Dave, do you want to move your thumbnail up a bit because you're covering?
Yeah. Fair dues.
Because I just noticed that those are like that's telling us what all the cards are, right?
Yeah. You know what I'll do? I just won't use the bottom left-hand corner of the screen for important stuff.
I meant the UI at the bottom is telling us how many cards you've got.
Oh, I see. Yes, because you didn't even see where I named my stuff. Yeah. Let me move myself up a bit. There we go. Okay.
Cool.
So I don't want to be too high, just in case I block something on the board. Yeah. So I mean, it's showing that we've got one of these things and 11 of the other, which I'm guessing is useful when the board gets really, really clogged.
Yeah.
Okay, so my intellect should be put to better use, but the pay is better than labourer's work. If you don't attend,
that's interesting. Then that's a game mechanic.
Yeah. And if we don't do it regularly, we might suffer the demotion. So I'm assuming this just kind of we're going to live here for a while.
so something that we've talked about a lot is how much do we give the player in terms of numbers? So like when you've got a game, you've got like the mechanics like underneath that are basically maths, right? Like you know, in working out what's going on, and rules, and then you've got the kind of aesthetic, which is at the front. So here the aesthetic is this kind of like, are they going for like what are those things where you go and you get your cards read?
Oh, a tarot.
Yeah, it kind of has that feeling to me of like you go into a fortune teller.
Yeah,
these are being put on the table, but like, so they're not revealing much in terms of the numbers, even though they've got these timers going on.
Yeah,
like the way that thing there was expressed to us was like, hey, this is you're spending, this is going to cost me more reason, but I get a little bit more money, or I should be spending my reason on other things.
No, and it's not saying that 80 seconds of work with Glover at Glover will equals 2 funds. It doesn't tell you that. You just have to kind of click start and see what you get. So there's then like another thing here about diligence. So we could maybe use our reason for that.
So like Dave's stuff has like raised a really good example. I didn't play Black and White 2, so he said like, did you play Black and White? Yes, I played Black and White like 100. Like that was such an important game. You know what? You think it's weird, like so many times I've been asked the question of like, what is the game? And I think it might be like I always forget of Peter Molyneux games. But actually, like Black and White was a huge was massive light bulb. I don't know what you say, how you describe it, but it was a huge thing for me.
A big inspiration.
And I think what I loved about it is that idea that there was the numbers weren't all exposed to you. It was like you were seeing things going on and doing stuff. So Black and White 2, I guess I didn't play it, but I'm guessing is more numbers. So then it became more like Dave was saying, like a SimCity or something.
Okay.
And it's that like you're almost like min-maxing, I guess. You're kind of more seeing the equations going on. So what's going on, Dave? Sorry.
That's right. No, all good. So I just moved us on just a little bit. So we have found Morland's shop. Neolith street at Neolith favoured bend in a lesser river. A soft yellow light through a grimy window. So we can now explore stuff, and I'm collecting the card for Moreland's shop. There you go.
Yeah.
Explore. Now that I've found a location, I can explore it. Explore the city with health or followers. So that's interesting because that's the first time it's really told me that I've noticed
that we're going to get followers.
Yeah, or that you would put your health card here, right?
Yeah.
So that's exploration. So we've got more.
Does that mean we're going to be getting on Instagram?
We're gonna
how you get followers? Like we need to take pictures of cats and start.
I do have a cat on my lap right now, and she hasn't said anything. I don't think the whole stream. She's just properly tuckered out. But so we can explore the occultist shop, scrap, and an occult scrap, or the shop, or can we study these things? Can we study the scrap? We can study the scrap. So again, in terms of min-maxing, I don't know if this is a game to do that. We are studying with passion. No, we're not studying with passion. No. What are we studying with? We cannot study the occult shop yet. So let's. Was I in explore? I thought I was in study. Let's explore the shop. That's my plan. It's going to cost something.
So what have we got? What can we spend on it?
Okay. So it consumes whatever it costs. So we can pay funds.
Yeah.
Okay. Or we can probably spend. No, can't spend health or passion.
Probably maybe cost is it has to be money, right? What?
It's the most obvious one. Yeah. Okay, let's start that there. We're exploring that. I feel like we should study something. Let's study the note on the collaborator.
Yeah.
So we'll start that, and then we can just get them going. So yeah. Right. We lost 1 funds when that 60-second timer ran down.
Yeah. Oh, so I wonder if that magnet means it's automatic.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's gonna do that every time.
So now you got to the point where I think we've got just timers going.
Yeah.
So I'm
just gonna pause because stuff has happened.
Okay. Is that the flow? Do you think the loop is would you be pausing this if you weren't streaming?
Yeah, definitely, because I think I'm the kind of gamer that would want to know what this thing up here is, and it's an acquaintance, and we're waiting an answer to a letter.
Notice how the acquaintance is off the board.
Yeah, I've moved that.
Oh, you moved it. Okay, there we go.
So yeah, I would pause, I think, because I don't think you could read this stuff in real time.
So yeah, Dave's saying some cards have timers making them vanish forever.
Is that the glimmering? Our contentment kind of vanished, didn't it? Because it ran out.
Which one was that? Which one vanished?
Contentment.
Right.
Getting a bit real there, that contentment doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
Okay. So we found something noteworthy at the library, so I'm going to collect those. So that's The Queens of the Rivers, a surreal contemporary play by the enigmatic Monica Medina, in which the Queens of the Rivers are murdered one by one. So this is unique. It can only exist once. That's what the card says.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm assuming we'll be able to study that at some point.
Yeah. So what's the telescope thing again? Sorry.
So that's explore.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think you're right in thinking of these as places you put your workers, right?
Yeah.
Actions.
And they're kind of opening them up slowly.
Uh-huh.
Well,
I guess it'd be quite a lot to kind of bombard you with, right, to begin with. Okay, so we found the potential collaborator and dispatch a letter. So this is why the collaborator came out of this. So we'll collect this Mystique card.
Yeah.
So, okay. Mystique may attract the attention of hunters. They can't use it to build a case against you, but it will encourage them to look harder.
Right.
So I'm wondering then if there's, like at the moment we're just kind of working through systems. So at some point, presumably, like in Theme Hospital, those systems are going to come under strain and pressure and be challenged by stuff. Okay, and we've got we dreamed of knowledge.
Yeah.
And we got our Watchman's Secret back and a new dedication. Oh, it's the dedication of enlightenment. So that was previously temptation. And it's been upgraded, perhaps, to dedication. I've dedicated myself to the pursuit of higher understanding. I must see beneath the skin, whatever the cost. This makes an enlightenment victory possible.
Mm-hmm.
I need to work with the lantern aspect to allow the Watchman to see me. Wow. Okay. So we are getting into some Lovecraftian stuff here. Which my students love. Like a lot of students really enjoy Lovecraft.
I don't know much about it.
You've heard of Cthulhu, right? Like,
yeah,
that's the one everybody knows. So, he's a bit of a controversial figure now in literature, but still remains quite popular. This stuff's kind of interesting if you're into all that kind of dark cosmos stuff, which is fair enough. Right, I need to get some stuff going in my my worker start. Why can't I start? As far as I've gone in consume, I must perform the work. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I need to.
Right, that is interesting. So you have to kind of like if we're saying upgrade these cards by taking them to each of these things.
Yeah.
So you then have to work on
enlightenment. Yeah,
I suppose that makes sense.
It's not going to be easy, Sean.
But it's not work on enlightenment. It's spending enlightenment on your work.
Yeah.
Is that how this is set up?
Yeah, I guess so. Can I study this book I got? Yeah. Queen of the Vistula is poisoned. The Queen of the Trippier chokes on fish.
Is this like a really complicated solitaire? Is this the same? Like in terms of like, I know that sounds really reductive. But like, is this the same? If you know the right way of playing this game, can you do it, or is there any randomness? Like,
I don't know.
There's skill, right? Because the timers, I guess, the efficiency of you. I don't know. I'm trying to see where the random, like,
where, whether or not. Well, I suppose the decision trees are kind of about where you decide to put stuff, right? Like, and how you because you have a finite number of things like passion, reason, whatever, and you can put the cards you can put in multiple places. That's where some of the different things. So like. Sorry, I was just catching up on a card. So like you can make that choice of working with reason, or you can work with passion, or you can work with health, or you can work with mystique or whatever. So and that's where you're adding an element of difference. I'm not suggesting it's randomness. So but yeah, our job, we are now working in records under Mr. Alden.
Okay, so how did you get... Oh, so there's a position has appeared.
Yeah.
That we have 56 seconds to use.
Yes.
So is that like an opportunity...
To keep the funds coming,
if you
basically.
don't attend this job regularly, you might suffer demotion.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
So, like, there's going to come a point, like, already I'm feeling like, but I'd quite like to work on my dedication to enlightenment.
This is right. This is really interesting in terms of what we're currently working on, right?
Yeah.
So, I should explain why that is.
Okay, I'm just going to start this working our job again.
Yeah, you just...
Enlightenment can wait.
Yeah, or just put go ahead and just play. So we're working on our third game, which is so it's about traveling across America on a vehicle you're building, and it's all about adding different bits of this building that will do different things, and your ultimate goal is just to get across America as quickly as possible, and so you add these bits, and what the game will end up being is a lot of kind of managing these different panels and like going to your sails and making sure they're pointing in the right direction, going to your solar panels, making sure they're clean, and or maybe spending some time, painting some paintings that then you'll sell so you can buy better things for your car or vehicle. And so this is very similar to that, right?
In some ways, yeah, definitely. Which is kind of why I brought it to the table. Oh, what's this? The wrong kind of attention. This is. So yeah, I paused it so I can elaborate. Yes, it is, and that's why I kind of brought it to the table. Which is a board game term rather than a computer streaming game term. But yeah, I wanted for us to look at this because it has a lot of similar elements, but one key element which is different is this whole pausing thing, right? Like how it's managing time. Do you want to talk a little bit about the direction we're going instead of?
Yeah, so
pausing?
we started with the idea of in the direction more like this, I suppose, right? Where it was going to be a set of panels in front of you, almost like cards on a board on a table, that then it was essentially a worker placement game to start with, where you put your character on the platform that you want to do the thing. But we found that wasn't fun, basically. on
we didn't think so. Yeah.
No. So we couldn't in the way what we were doing. So we added platformer controls essentially. So now it kind of is a bit more along the lines of Farland Sales, which is a game we looked at last year. So you wouldn't pause it, right? Because you're running around your vehicle managing the systems.
Yeah, I mean, you like it's interesting, I suppose, that especially when you're right at the start of the game, the only real controls it feels like you have are listed along the bottom as pause, normal, and fast forward, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you left click on stuff, and drag it around, but that's the prominent piece of information. So like if you're a switched on gamer, you're like, this is a game I'm going to want to pause a lot because it's just telling me right there, or a game I'm going to want to manipulate time a lot, should I say.
Yeah, it's kind of got that SimCity vibe, right?
Yeah,
like there's the time acceleration stuff.
So we've so things happened while we were chatting game dev, which is fine. We talked to Rose, our acquaintance.
Hello.
Yes, Rose had some things to say, and she kind of suggested that there's going to be a dark underground movement that we might want to get involved in.
Yeah.
So we have to choose a founding principle for our cult. So
that sounds really like a big decision, doesn't it?
It does, and I don't know if we've got a card to put in here.
Health.
We are dedicated to getting stronger. No, I think I worry if I've then triggered this too soon.
But so you got 28. Add law to determine your...
Yeah. So I'm hoping one of these is going to provide some law.
Yeah.
Aspect law. So maybe that will... Because those are all going to trigger before 28 seconds. So I wonder then if there's going to be an...
What?
So we've got an adversary here. This is what this is. And previously... So you can use these arrows at the bottom to see what, like, the card, the worker spot had previously said.
Yeah, okay.
So it said the wrong kind of reputation might awaken interest in the curious, puritanical, or the vengeful. and things like this. So the city is rife with journalists. So this ticked over quite a few times before I really properly gave it some attention, and it just stole my Mystique card. Just took it straight from my board.
Oh, it just went okay.
It just it's because it's got that magnet sign, so it just went shoop, and just took my Mystique card. So I'm assuming it's not about being close to it, and if I'm worried about it taking rows, I should put it further away. But I don't know, so I'm just going to put stuff that I think is important far enough away from him. But yeah, so that happens. I'll wait for these others to go down. Hopefully, we'll be able to choose our doctrine before it goes. Okay, so with 9 seconds to spare, these have come up finished. So let's start with Secret Place, which is a forgotten Mithrium. I have no idea what a Mithrium is.
Is it a cult? Is it lore?
It's an ancient temple.
Okay.
So we can explore. We will probably be able to explore that. Okay. So, wait a minute. Can I go back? I didn't read that. That's unfortunate. I thought I could go back and have a look. So additional scraps of knowledge, fine. And then my dream gives me 4 cards. Our passion is exhausted. Way of the Wood.
Way of the Wood?
Yeah, learn the path to the wood, the tangled darkness that grows around the walls of Mansus. Though the Mansus has no walls. I can dream. There was something. So, in fairness, I started the stream at the main menu, which I think is kind of a fair thing to do. But there is a tiny bit of flavor text at the start of the game.
Yeah.
So apologies for not showing you that, but it mentioned this Mansus thing.
Right. Okay.
I can dream with this to return to the wood. Okay, so that's going to tell you what to do with that. I don't know if there's anything I can put in my founding principles though.
I'm surprised. It allowed you to get in a... Oh, no, what?
I've just moved the whole board.
oh, okay, there we go, yeah.
Ooh, okay. So there is something there, the Watchman's Secret.
Okay.
So we can establish the Mirror of Glory, an occult society dedicated to the understanding of the light that leaks from a fiercer place. So I think it's because we put a Watchman's Secret into our dreams, and then we're like, So
we're going to do that, or we're going to wait and see if we get something else?
I'm worried this is just going to go away. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's explore something else. Let's explore this Mithraeum. Oh, holy smokes. Okay. Could send an expedition here.
Oh, hello. I feel the complexity ramping up.
Yeah.
Quite a full-on way.
Yes, I think you're right. Can we not dream of the woods? I thought we can. Okay, yeah. So the path. What path are we taking through the wood? Or what's that buzzing blue?
So Dave Stuff thinks that maybe the tasks get highlighted when you mouse over a card.
I'm not seeing it. It might do, but I'm missing it.
No.
It's interesting. Like we are. Oh, okay. So we can put. We are concerned about this from a UI point of view. We're like, well, what can I do?
Oh no! If you hold it, if you actually pick the card up,
yeah,
then it's highlighting, but not until
I go to put it there, right? Oh no, it does. Yeah. It does. It does. You're right. Does it?
Okay.
Yes, if I pick it up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of quick, but
this is still in early access, isn't it?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No. It was released last year.
Yeah.
You could check that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that now.
Study.
No, it is out.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I don't know if I want to explore the shop again because it costs each time. And we're kind of running out. Are we back? Are we in work at the moment? Yeah, we are. Okay, so we're going to get some more money. So I'll try the shop again. See if that turns up anything. I suppose we should probably have another talk to Rose. One talk is probably not enough. And then, is there anything worth studying? No.
So I suppose what's interesting is that you're doing. It's like a role-playing game, but everything's happening in parallel.
Yes.
Like you're doing everything at once. It seems. What did we? So the reason card. Something happened to that reason card.
Yeah. So that just was made available again. It was exhausted beforehand, I think.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So so this. Our purpose demands we recognize the truth that chill the spirit. I must give of myself. So my reason. Oh, maybe that's why.
What?
Maybe that's why the reason came available again. You know, because I've now just popped that in that spot there. Our work just became available. Ooh. Sorry, I put that in the wrong spot. So we have to. Oh no. Okay. So
what?
Well, we basically got conflicting desires here. What's more important, our day job as a cleric for Mr. Alden, or our world spanning, destroying, knowledge is power cult?
I think the cult.
At
some point we've got to go full into the cult, right?
Yeah.
As I mean now.
So I don't know what we're gonna do here. Can we put? Can we pay him off? No, we can't put our health in. So this is just gonna.
How many seconds? That's 28.6. No, we can look. We've got 28.6 seconds there. Okay. And it's 28.3 seconds to do the other thing.
Okay.
No, but we'll exhaust our reason, or will we get our reason back?
I don't know. We'll have to find out. I should.
Maybe we'll get some reason from something else. Are we done with the talking already? That doesn't take very long, right?
No, it's 10 seconds.
Is this a hint system?
Once you've established a cult, use talk with the cult to recruit an acquaintance to your cult's ranks. It might be a while. There is a hint there, but I should have looked at what she said beforehand. That's my bad. Is there anything we want to study? No. Okay. I don't know what this buzzing in the brain is.
Buzzing in the brain?
It's probably not good. This can be used in some rites. And some minions will leave it lingering when they are destroyed. Okay. So I've got to be on. Oh wait a minute. What's happened to our adversary here? There's always someone who doesn't understand, who understands too well. I know. Yeah. This troublemaker may seek evidence on my activities to share with authorities. Ooh, he's become a wary detective. Okay. So we got to keep an eye on that fella. Unless we could. Ooh, do you think we should try and talk to the wary detective, or do we think we'll play?
We could talk to the. Yeah, we should talk to the. Shouldn't we?
I don't know. Do you feel confident that we won't give the game away? Perhaps we could parlay.
We've not started the cult yet. We're just.
What do you mean? We're knee deep in the cult. There is a terrible clarity, Sean. Yeah. We haven't done anything wrong legally yet, so let's see if we can kind of. Oh
yeah, if we talk to him, that they're going to be more suspicious if we run away.
So can we try and convert him to the path of enlightenment?
Let's talk.
Okay. I don't think there's anything to study still. Okay. So we'll crack on with this. What are we even doing up here? A light in the skull. Oh, okay, we might recall something in 2 seconds. So let's have a look. Oh, erudition. Dusty facts from the brain. So erudition is another thing.
Is it so? So what was causing that thing to pop up?
I think it spawned from our study, I think, or our dream.
Right.
I can't quite remember.
Yeah. How do they design like this? Wow, this is like it. This feels like there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I suppose from a design point of view, you've got the basic concept, and then it's just about how many branching paths are you going to have ultimately going off at any one time, right? And I mean, there's a lot of writing, I suppose, and as Dave points out, there seems to be kind of, it's about like what's hidden behind those associations. So I would only assume that you would have to plan this in the kind of spider diagram-esque way, right?
Yeah.
So a player goes from here to here to here to here to in that particular route, or they're crossing over routes or whatever. But I suppose that, like, at least unlike in like a sandbox game like Red Dead or something like that, you have complete control over what your player can and can't do.
Yeah.
So it's not like they just can't turn up. Like in order to play the game, they have to do stuff, I'm assuming. And maybe not. Maybe we should just like try a run where we don't do anything, or do something but not something else, and see if that still works.
Yeah.
Right. That looks like a book, so I'm going to study it. Studying books usually works. Stuff and things. We could try. Yeah, we don't have the people to explore this yet. I don't really want to pay any more money to explore the shop, so we're going to just leave that empty for the moment.
Yeah, this Dave said so. This is reminding him of the old Scum engine stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like the what's his name? Those adventure games, right?
Oh sure.
Remember name of the guy, but Tim Schafer, right? Was Scum LucasArts? I can't remember. Anyway, but again, you're doing it in parallel. That's the crazy thing about this to me. Is like, you're gonna look at bush, pick up the pulley with a chicken in the middle.
Oh, I did not pause that quite quickly enough. Our reason didn't come back anyway. So.
Right. Okay.
My first recruit. A cult with one member is only an unusual habit. I must have a recruit.
Was that was you failing to pause that quickly enough? The moment of in Kerbal when I accidentally didn't turn off time acceleration and just crashed into the side of the mountain.
No, there's nothing. I definitely don't have that level of responsibility of someone dying that you do. We might have lost our job.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's pretty. Yeah, no one died. So right, I'm assuming this is going to change. Yeah. So I would like to say that I'm disappointed, but my expectations of you were already low. Withhold a portion of your pay. You may go, but be punctual tomorrow. He wanted us to work overtime, for Christ's sake.
Is he? Oh, so that's okay.
Yeah. What a jerk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What?
So so this was like, this had a magnet on it, so I couldn't put anything in there. But after a little time, it did that. So now we are kind of, this is an obsession. So we are once again obsessed with our enlightenment thing. Which means I can't put it in here, which is fine, because we still need just the funds coming in, I think.
Dave?
Yeah.
Is this an incremental game?
Probably.
It feels like it. I don't know. Like, it's not. It's me. This is. I mean this in the most positive word. This game is bizarre.
Yeah, it's a card game. It's a computer game. That's a deck building game. That's
an adventure game.
It's an adventure game. There's a role playing game. There's a simulation. Is it a simulation? I don't know.
Is it a simulation? I don't.
Probably
that's
not.
the thing. I don't think it is. Right.
Yeah.
Even though it's called Cultist Simulator.
Yeah. You don't think it's a simulation?
I don't feel like it's a simulation.
Fair enough.
I think that there were lots of games getting attention that had the word simulator in it.
You might be right.
And yeah, no, you couldn't actually play this with cards, could you?
You'd have to. Shit, I should be recruiting someone here. Yeah. What should I be talking to this guy about? We can talk to him about that.
Could we have tried to recruit the guy, the guy
weary detective? Yeah, I think we probably could. But I wonder then, like, if the effectiveness of these actions are dictated by how long you get to do them, maybe. So I don't know, because we put Rose in there quite late and she's fine. She's like a believer now.
Yeah.
So we founded a cult. This is a step to greater power. Use your cult to recruit and promote followers. Okay. So we collect a bunch of cards. Oh, our cult's gone.
We're right.
Oh, temporary headquarters.
So we're using the tasks to upgrade cards. Right. But then, like, for example, Rose got upgraded from an acquaintance to a believer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm wondering if at some point this is going to go... Is this still really the tutorial?
It wouldn't surprise me.
You know what I mean?
Some of the screenshots I'd seen is, like, boards get pretty nutty. So whether or not, a bit like Factorio, where there's an automated element later on so that you don't have to keep clicking your job, so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, this is as far as I've got so far, which is
have you heard that? Have you heard that game? That's like, it's a 2-player game about a relationship.
Might have to be more specific.
Yeah, it's a 2-player game about like it's about like simulating a relationship between people.
Okay.
Like it's like a dating thing.
All right. Oh yes. Okay. I mean, I might know which one you mean. There's probably
sit down, did a video of it.
Oh, you're not talking about Love Letter?
No.
Because that's a board game rather than computer.
It's a board game. Yeah, I'm talking about a board game here. But it's like lots of decks of cards that create stories and.
Oh, is it the one that looks a bit Burton-esque?
What does that? I don't know.
So like Nightmare Before Christmas, and it had a lot of weird art.
No, it's not. It's like, it looks very kind of clinical. Like there's not a lot of all that much art, but you start out by creating your personality. And then it's hard to describe, but it feels like I'm seeing some hints of that here.
Okay. Interesting. So I don't think our chat with the weary detective worked out really particularly well.
Well, did it do anything bad?
It added another.
Still weary.
Yeah, it added another notoriety card.
It added another notoriety. Okay.
So we got 2 of these that are counting down very slowly already, and this one's just. So we didn't manage to turn them around basically.
Yeah.
We can talk to Rose again, or we can try and explore. I think we can talk. Ooh.
Not yet.
So we can promote a believer to a disciple. We need to provide an appropriate aspect for the cult.
Okay. An aspect of the cult.
Yeah, so we need like a ceremony. Ooh, so we can put recklessness or restlessness, sorry, in the trappings. I don't think we've.
What would that mean by trapping? What would trappings? What does that mean?
I don't
Trappings.
know. I mean, so normally it's like for a proper sense of the occasion. So like curtains, candles.
Okay, right.
You know, like a
Decorations.
Decorations. Yeah. That's it. The trappings of something tends to be how something is decorated, or
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why we can put erudition in there, I don't know, because that's obviously not what I was talking about.
What's erudit? What is it?
So that's like kind of a synonym for scholarship, or being smart, or being studious. If you are erudite, you are studious.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, we don't have a ceremony yet. So that's like, oh, we do. We have the Watchman's Secret. We should always just try this card. So I don't. What do you think? Erudite trappings or restless trappings?
Let's go. Well, what is restless a bad thing? Because then we should just put that in there and get rid of it. Restless. Let's do restlessness.
Okay, you're feeling restless.
Yeah.
So this is the longest this has ever been.
Yeah. So like that's all the stuff we're gonna get. Is that like?
I don't think so.
We're gonna get random. What does it mean then?
I don't know.
What do any of those mean?
I don't know. I wish I knew, but I just don't. Because I think this top one is what we put in, right?
Yeah.
And then these are the different aspects. You know? Yeah. So I don't. Books are the memory which does not die, and auctionable. I might be able to auction this. So I don't think those are cards that we're going to get, but they might be other tasks.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm wondering if there's any randomness in the cards we get out of these things.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not, is my guess. So we still can't. Can we put her as a leader? Okay, she can be a leader. Ooh. So we can begin an expedition to the Forgotten Mithraeum.
Right. Okay.
Is that better than promoting her to a disciple?
I think we need disciples.
Okay.
I think that's the most important thing.
Okay, so we're going for a restless Watcher's Secret Society thing.
What's a restless trapping?
Oh,
everyone's just kind of like fiddling around. What?
We can't start that. Apparently, the computer does not like it.
To promote a believer, you'll need
an appropriate aspect. I thought erudition would be appropriate.
I think that means that we've got to upgrade our cult somehow, at least to 7th intensity.
Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, well, we finished dreaming anyway.
I'm lost, man.
I mean, I guess this is what happens when you just put stuff where it can go rather than have an understanding of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it obviously does this thing, which is kind of what we did a bit with Cycle 28 with the diary entries, where it just says, look, you're not going to be able to understand either the mystery or how to play the game through the text. Text is, there'll be hints somewhere and so on and so forth, but this is not going to tell you what you need to do necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all describing a dream.
Yeah.
So we picked up the occult scrap again, fascination. So and that's kind of it, I think.
Huh.
Oh no, the way of the wood went over here. I don't know why it went over there. Pop you over here. Okay, so let's see if that changes our can't put way of the wood in there. Fascination's a trapping, but it won't let me start it.
No, because I think it's saying you haven't. The occult doesn't have an aspect yet.
Oh, okay.
Or 7th intensity, or whatever that means.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So in that case, let's go on an expedition, Rose, to explore this, because we got this quite a while ago. So it'd be good to kind of. I'm guessing I can't.
Yeah.
No. Funds. Further funds? Yeah. They keep just spamming these. No, it's just it's 2 tops.
Yeah. So I guess you get some kind of bonus.
Yeah, we've been working pretty hard, so we're going to start that. Can we have another dream? I don't know what they really do. If I have enough passion, I can walk the dream road in the wood. Well, we do have passion. Okay. So some of this is kind of rinse and repeat, but I don't know if we're getting different outcomes each time.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Okay. Oh,
What?
So we had the wrong kind of attention, and it sucked up this weary detective.
So now that's going to upgrade him to an adversary?
Yeah, might well be. Or a more active adversary, I guess.
Yeah. He's going to be less weary?
Yeah. He's going to be full on the case.
Yeah.
Okay. So we read... Stuff happened. Collecting the glimmering. And this thing. I have no idea how to say that.
Ecdysis?
I think it's probably, yeah, ecdysis.
Is that,
you could Google that for me.
yeah.
It's a riddle. I'm assuming diocese is something to do with like Christianity and I think Catholicism. So I'm guessing maybe something like that. What may be lost?
It's a striptease performer.
Oh God! Wow. I got that really wrong. Like yeah. Hilariously wrong.
Ecdysiast.
It's pronounced like that. Did you hear that?
I did. Okay. I hope our viewers at home heard it. I don't know if they will. Ecdysiast. I guess dizzy. That kind of.
Dizzy. Because yeah, that kind of works. Yeah. Okay.
Brilliant. Yeah. So an exotic dancer. Cool. What may be lost? Each ecdysis parable is an attempt to answer the riddle. Okay. Intriguing. So can we study that now? We can. With erudition? No.
Can we dream of notoriety?
Let's have a look. Oh, sorry. We're in study. We're still dreaming at the moment. But I'll have a look. I don't think we can talk about it. No. So I can study this with my reasons dimmed. So I can't put that in. Restlessness? No. No, we got nothing to study with yet.
No.
Okay, and no one to talk to. Everyone's busy. Let's keep that scared.
So fast forward. Something. It's a shame that, like, something that would be nice, I think, maybe would be an auto skip to like fast forward to the next thing happening.
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah. But then doesn't that just completely remove the aspect of time?
Yes, it does probably. Yeah.
So, because why would you never? You would just always hit that button, right? Okay, so that someone's searching for clues about us. So.
I feel like we haven't done anything wrong yet.
No, well, we have formed a cult. I believe in most situations that's kind of.
When does it become a cult? Like did we say that? I mean, if we said
we've said it, we've got temporary headquarters. So and we got a believer, right? We got Rose. So you're right. I mean, we haven't done anything illegal. Like, cults get away with a lot anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can do this because our reason.
But you would never say you're a cult. No cult would ever say like
we're a cult.
We just started a cult. Like...
No, you're right. You're right. Okay, so they're coming back from their expedition. The expedition continues.
But you can add something. Oh, assist. Ah, that's interesting. So you could add. Is Mirror of Glory? What is that a mirror? Or it looks like a person. Is that,
that's our cult. The Mirror of Glory.
That's our cult. Okay, right.
Yeah.
So we need to upgrade that cult to be able to. So that's what represents our cult, right?
Yeah.
So we need to use something to upgrade that cult.
I don't know. It says use it in the talk verb to recruit or promote followers.
Yeah, but I imagine at some point we can. There'll be something to upgrade.
Yeah, there'll be
with.
Levels of cult. Yeah, that makes sense. We don't
have
a
yellow card. Are yellow cards things that are upgradable, or something, or like I'm noticing
maybe.
A card.
Maybe. Yeah, you might be right. So we can't send anything other than funds because we don't have anyone else. So we'll just send some funds. Anything to study?
Would you get send money at this thing?
Yeah. Just throw money at the problem.
Yeah. Can we study our own cult?
Oh, we got dread. Seen too much. So that's probably a bad thing. There's an existential horror. Can we study our own cult? There's another dread. What's causing? Oh, it's probably this, isn't it? It's probably causing dread. Or maybe our dream. I don't know. We're entering the wood.
They came from other cards. I guess we could have spent at some point, maybe, or.
Yeah, maybe. Right. So now more negative effects are occurring. You start to wonder. Wait a minute. Right, our reason is returned. So maybe. Okay.
What, did we want to do something reason? Oh,
well,
okay, yeah. So now, okay, there we go. Cool.
Yeah, see if it helps our work situation because we are running quite low on funds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, when you put a card in, you were saying about does it make a difference how long they're in there? It doesn't. It's about it has to be in there when the time comes.
That does seem to be the way, but again, I don't know if these rewards would be greater if it was in there for longer.
I'm wondering if that's. I don't know. Is this timer representing like you need to do this thing by this time?
Yeah. So
is the way we're playing it by putting the cards in there now? Why we're having issues? Because we should maybe do you know what I mean?
I see the point, but some of them you need to put in to trigger it.
Yes, but that's a different thing to the ones where the time is in the little boxes in the corner.
Yeah. We don't seem to be getting many funds from this.
No. Why are we doing that job?
Unless I'm missing them. It says funds 9, but we've only got 3 funds cards.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's take a break out and work on our enlightenment, right? Oh, if we've got. Suppose the stag door in dreams. Oh, I don't know if we are. I don't think if we're past. We're not at that point yet.
There's so many things to manage here.
Yeah, we don't know enough to work at so we're going to keep earning some pennies. Hopefully our expedition's going to finish.
Yeah.
And provide some answers.
I think we should see what happens with this expedition.
Whoa!
What?
Okay. So that unlocked quite a lot of things. Oh, we are... let me just close this down. So that's changed the game board from... So we started at the wood, right? We were dreaming about the wood a lot.
Yeah.
There's the well, and the temple of the wheel.
Okay.
All this stuff is still locked, I think.
Yeah.
See at the table. And that's the occult scrap that we've had from very early on. We found that in a book. So I'm guessing this is a choice. So the temple of the wheel or the well, Sean?
I think since our next game is about travelling, we should do the wheel.
The wheel. Good point. I could turn them both over. Okay. Oh no, but they both broke. Oh, okay. Subtle floor. Laces uncoil, windows swing open, locks move as if oiled. This can be used in some rites to summon minions.
Right.
Okay. The Worm Museum, the Stag Door. Alright. So how do I get back to my usual? Do I have to move?
Can you click on the wood or click on the?
Can I flip the table?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, and pause. That's why. So unpause.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, yeah,
Oh.
that'll be it.
No. That doesn't do anything. It says 60 seconds. But the timer's not going down.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I do think the UI is a bit tricky. I don't know. Do you think? So? What do you think? I mean, with the fact that you don't know what to do right now.
This is slightly different to the other troubles. Like, oh, here we go. Suddenly it worked. I don't know if I just had. I don't know.
Were you leaning on the space button?
As plausible as that is, it wasn't the case. So the music's changed. That's all I can do. But yeah, this is a bit different. I don't mind the fact that the game doesn't necessarily, in the most obvious way, point you to put to. Oh, drag it, yeah. Chat to the rescue. So I can drag this back into the woods. There we go. Okay. I hope that was the right thing to do. Thank you very much, Theo, for pointing that one out. Okay, so let's read this because it's probably important. Last night I came in the wood to the high, jagged rock called the Temple of the Wheel. Its flank patched with black lichen, and eye signs opened like a mouth beneath my hands, and I walked in the whispering space within. The gods who were stone, the first of the hours, are almost all gone now, but here their voices remain. Wheel, flint, tide, and others without names. So it's pretty trippy stuff. So we'll collect these. So our subtle floor goes over there.
What's the thing on the bottom left now that's the split head?
A trembling in the air. The sun flickers like shadow, dreams ripple behind the surface of mirrors. I must be careful not to drift from the waking world. Fascination may provoke visions. So it kind of hoovered up our fascination card.
Yeah.
And we are now experiencing the trembling in air, which may or may not give us some visions.
So I think that's probably a good place to call it. Now we've done our first
expedition. Yeah, although they're still going.
They're still going.
They're still deep down.
Were you dragging them?
I think that was unlocked by my dream because I was dreaming.
That was a dream.
The woods, was this. But I think that's still a good place to start. I know we've probably only barely scratched the surface of this game, but at least people can see kind of the core mechanics and what it's about and why.
Yeah.
Like, we've made some different decisions here. I imagine like other people's cults won't be about, enlightenment, or there'll be a different cult than the Mirror of Glory, or maybe they won't even be dreaming about the woods, although that feels like maybe it's something that moves between them. So yeah, but interesting game. I think we can kind of both agree.
I think and not what I was expecting in the slightest. But I think interesting for us, especially with this, the idea of like we talked a lot about, like, with our next game, about trying to like have this feeling of I'm spinning plates, and I think I like, at least for me watching you, that's what it felt like was happening here. Was like you had all these plates to spin at the same, and it felt like it was at the same time. I don't know. What do you think? Is that what you felt? Or
yeah, I guess I didn't feel that strong sense of urgency. Like, holy crap, like Overcooked levels of urgency where you're like, I've got to do this before I do that, and then I can do this, and oh my god, my kitchen's on fire. It didn't have that sense to it. It's a much more chilled version of that. But yeah, I guess if you are a maniacal min-maxer, it probably would have that kind of thing of like you are watching seconds tick down in order to maximize. But obviously you can play it without that element to it. So that's something.
Yeah, that's neat.
Great. Okay, where can people find us on the interwebs, Sean?
They can go to pillbug.zone, and then from there they can find us on everything. At least everything we're on. On the stuff we're not on, you cannot find us there. We're game developers, obviously. Well, not obviously, and if you've joined us for the first time. But yeah, we stream every Tuesday at 8 p.m. GMT. We just like playing cool games that we like.
Yeah.
And next week will be the first week in February. Which means it'll be a dev shootout.
Oh yeah, oh no. Well, I didn't perform very well last time. I didn't think I was in the zone, so
yeah, I got like my personal best last time.
Yes, you did very well. I don't want to detract from that.
Yeah, and yeah, can I do that again?
Well, we'll have to see. This is the whole point about Cycle 28 is you're about pushing yourself, getting better each time. But that's next week. We might come back to Cultist Simulator. The Pillbug. We haven't taken over the world yet. There's quite a few games, I think, in the category of games we'd like to come back to. But we'll certainly be asking our Discord channel and things like that if they've got any
and let
requests.
us know so let us know if there's stuff you want us to do again.
Yeah, great.
Awesome.
Cheers, everyone.
Thanks, Dave.
Night.
Bye.